sent a message being like, hey, I found this person's phone. I returned it to the police office and then returned it to the police office, and they took my email and said they'd send me an update regardless of the outcome. Not that it really matters that much, but I thought that was more than I expected. And they're like, yeah, we'll email you regardless of the outcome. I'm like, sweet! Now we can have a conclusion. But I feel like it would have been concluded by now. It's been like 2 weeks now. Maybe not 2 weeks. I don't know. Like, the backpack's still a little bit sweet today, but it's not too bad. It's a lot better than yesterday. Jeez, yesterday was bad. Now that an item remains unclaimed after a sufficient period of time, you will be notified and invited to claim the item yourself. Really? What happens to it otherwise? Like, I just won't be in a position to claim it, I don't think. I'll probably be in, like, Canada or Europe or something. Is this the end of town? Where are you going? We're just doing a little cruise north up to Collingwood today, and then probably start heading back south the same way. It's a nice day. Yeah, it's nice up there. I was 6 months. I think I should claim it. Funny rules in New Zealand. But like, what happens in other places if it goes unclaimed? Does the police office just claim it? Do they just take the funds? Do they sell it? Do they auction it off? Like, I'm guessing it was like an iPhone 6S or something like that. It's probably worth like a couple $100. It's a used one of those. It was in good shape, even though it got dropped. It was in a case, so it was fine. Raise money for police department, police auction from time to time. Okay. Has anyone done one of those police auctions? You got any good deals there? At least it depends on who's bidding. It is an auction, so things can be as cheap or as expensive as anyone else bids it out to be. Although I don't know if they do really low reserves. Minimums? No. This looks like after the second car parked up here, it's probably a good spot. There is a sign that shows how far things are away, which is usually signaling the end of town. Once you see the distance sign, it's usually a good tell that we are at the end of town. These auctions are interesting. I don't know. I do it with my police officer if I want. Where do you even keep them? Hey, wherever you want. Yeah. That's where you usual hitchhiker stand? Yeah, it's a good spot. Analyzing it now. It'd be better without that car there just for visibility's sake, but it's fine. We will be alright. I'm gonna stand just at the end of the sidewalk portion. Then you got a nice hard shoulder, bit of extra soft shoulder on top of that. What we got? Collingwood is 82 kilometers away. Takes an hour and a half to get there. The average speed on this road is pretty slow. I'm gonna sit in the shade here and put sunscreen on. Sit on this concrete block. Were you at ExileCon? No. Like, that's for like a video game called Path of Exile or something, right? I don't actually know what that is. Almost a sunscreen. This has lasted me all of New Zealand. I just don't like getting big bottles because I only gotta carry a big bottle of sunscreen, you know? For Canadian skin coping with New Zealand summer. Well, that's fine because I wear sunscreen, but I think I'm still getting more tan. Look at my tan line. Still waiting for you to go to Finland. It's probably a bad time of the year to go to Finland, right? I guess it depends what you're looking for, but if you want a lot of daylight, coming about now into December would be a bad time. This game made in New Zealand that made it pretty big. Okay. Average time across 69 rides. Oh baby. Just under 15 minutes. You're doing good, New Zealand. If it weren't for just a few longer wait times, it'd be even better. Like yesterday, okay, first ride of the day was the first car. Very first car that drove past. First car. Second ride of the day, the very first car. I think that's the first time I've ever had two first car pickups in my life. A first car pickup is really rare. We had two in a row. And I think the third one was like the third car or something like that. And I think the fourth one was like the third car as well or something like that. Yesterday was like the most efficient day of hitchhiking ever. I didn't have to stand hitchhiking for like any amount of time. Imp, hey. Hope you're doing well. Doing excellent. Beautiful, sunny for the time being New Zealand. Although I think as I head further north, it'll become more and more commonly sunny. I've been actually having a lot of sun on the west coast here. It's nice. Rides in one country? Yeah, we're over 70. But like our first US trip on stream had like 240 something or 250 rides. In one trip. In one country. As lucky as when in Ireland I started hitchhiking and got a ride. Yeah, we had that. Didn't we have that in the past few days? Oh yeah, the crazy guy who drove crazily. He's like, hey, you hitching? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where you headed? I'm like, north. He's like, help if I take you here? I'm like, yeah. He's like, alright. I'm just gonna buy some smokes. An accident yesterday riding with a couple? Yeah. Like, an accident that happened recently? No, we didn't see we saw the wrecked car. Someone rolled their car. I think it was a single vehicle accident. So, hitchhiking spot. There's the spot. She's tasty. She's cute. Here's the line of sight. That car impedes it just a little bit. Like, still, they can see me fine. But car impedes the line of sight just a little bit. We're still town speed limits. I can see up there. I think that's an 80 speed limit sign. So people will be probably on the accelerator here, but not really much of a problem. I think I'll stand right here, right at the end of the sidewalk portion, so people can kind of just pull in anywhere here. It's fairly ideal. Best you've gone during hitch, maybe Autobahn, not counting, I was gonna say, the King Air 250 is probably the fastest vehicle I've hitchhiked in. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Just stand up? No, you don't feel like standing up at all. Never been Autobahn? I have, and I've gone, I think that's the fastest I've been in a car. It's on the Autobahn, just over 200. And that was legal, which is nice. So this is a nice spot. The sun's high, so it's usually pretty good. The one downside when the sun's where it is it reflects off the cars, their windshields. Smells like fourth car or something.
Where are you going?
Well, generally north, eventually to Collingwood today, but anywhere that direction would help me out. Where are you off to?
Yeah, I'm going to
How far is it? Oh, 13
so I
kilometers.
can drop you where the road goes to unload the hill.
Okay, that would work for me. Hey, thank you very much. Before I hop in, I make a live video documentary about hitching, so I have a camera. I don't have to point it at you.
It's
but I have a
okay.
camera. Cool. Bag in the back seat here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got a puppy.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Don't worry about all the
Oh, that's no worries. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for grabbing me.
That's not a problem. I always pick up people that are often going where I'm going,
Yeah.
to the Kaiteri beach.
Oh, is there a beach there?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Maybe I'll have to check it out. Is there a town there as well?
It's a big camping ground
Yeah.
and a couple of like pubs and a backpacker.
Maybe I will check that out. That
Yeah.
sounds very nice.
You need to come there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Is it just a little bit off the main road?
Yeah, it's a lot of people come to Kaiteri because they do the Abel Tasman walkway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so from Kaiteri, that's only a few k's to the beginning of the Abel Tasman walkway.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very touristy area.
And you live out that way?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How long have you been here?
I probably lived up here 8 years after the Christchurch earthquakes.
Okay, so you were out in Christchurch and you decided to move here?
Yeah.
And what do you think of the area?
Oh, I was born up in this area, so it's lovely.
Okay, so happy to be back in the home kind of area?
It's warmer up here. And in Christchurch, when we had the earthquakes, my house was totally destroyed, they demolished it.
Yeah. So
very scary.
Scary, and then that's, I guess, a good time to be like, well, there's nothing keeping me here in Christchurch anymore, so.
No, and I always planned on retiring up here, so that's what I do. I retire.
There you go. So from a very tragic incident, it ended up being
just pushed you into retirement earlier.
There you go. But it is a beautiful area. Well, most of New Zealand's a beautiful area, so.
I don't know what happened up here. This camper van, when I came through before, there was an ambulance there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
I've got 2 daughters live in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, in Vancouver.
Oh, I'm from Vancouver Island, right next door.
I know the island. I lived 8 years in BC. I don't know what has happened here.
Huh.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I was in Vancouver in August.
Oh yeah, what do you think of Vancouver?
Oh, so lush and beautiful.
It is a nice place. It's a very expensive city.
Yeah.
The city itself, but.
They live out Fort Langley.
Okay. Yeah, I know it.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I was amazed this time that I went how big the trees are.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh my god, look at the size of those trees in Fort Langley. It was amazing.
Have you ever made the trip to Vancouver Island yet?
No, not yet.
Because if you do, and you do the drive out to the west coast to like Tofina Ukiulet way, you go through it's called Cathedral Grove, and it's these huge trees. They're insane.
Well, next time I usually go over every year, so.
Yeah, and it's a really nice ferry ride as well from Vancouver to to Vancouver Island, and there's a lot of nice places like the capital of British Columbia is there, Victoria. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And that's just where I'm from, so now I'm like, you should go to my home.
Well, no, I should. I have friends that live at, what's it called? Poets Cove.
Okay.
Which are the islands down further.
Yep.
Yeah, and that, you go on a ferry out, and it looked like New Zealand. It was like, oh my god, we could be anywhere in the south.
And that's one thing I say is, like, here in New Zealand, it very much reminds me of home. Yeah. Reminds me of Canada.
Except the trees are different. But,
yes.
And they're not as big.
See, one thing I do like in New Zealand is there's a lot of peace of mind. Like, I do most nights camping in the woods and stuff like that, and there's really nothing in the woods here that you're concerned about. It's not like Australia where you have the things that bite you, and it's not like Canada where you have the apex predators like bears and cougars and stuff like that.
I know where one of my daughters lived. She's just moved, but they lived in an area where their garbage tins had to be locked, and you only put them out on a certain day. And we'd see bears coming down from the garbage bins, and it was like,
absolutely,
because it was quite in a wooded area.
And for camping, it's a different situation. If you have any food with you, you hang your food in a tree 100 meters downwind of where you're camping, and if you're cooking, then you do that 100 meters offset of that, so you have like this triangle of food.
Well, the only problem you have here is wekas. They look like kiwis, but they're not, and they run around and they'll pinch your stuff.
Oh yeah, actually I had one camping on the beach down near where was that?
And they're very cheeky.
Yeah, no, yeah.
They won't go away even if you shush them.
Well, they will for like 3 seconds, and then they'll be right back. So yesterday morning I had a weka that was really after this loaf of bread that I had in my bag. So it's very interesting. Yeah.
Where I live, I've got a sort of little fenced area around the house, mainly to keep Bella, my little dog, in, and to keep the wickers out. Because I can be sitting in my living room and they're staring at me through the window.
And they're like,
and they poop everywhere, so it's like having chickens around.
They're a protected species, right? Or in some way?
Oh yeah, nobody eats or kills.
Because they look like a chicken.
Yeah, they do.
And to me, that means they look like a chicken.
High.
Yeah.
They're more ground bird.
Okay. Which makes them like, it would be easy to catch or something like that, but people don't.
We have caught them and snapped them on the nose and go, don't come back here again.
Oh, like just a little punishment, just bad. Don't do that.
Get back out there.
There you go. Okay. Interesting. I do like the birds here in New Zealand in general, except for, well, they're a little bit. They're really interesting. You're a really interesting guy. Yeah. Hey. So many cats. There's a cat on my lap. There's like 3 cats going for the camera. You guys are really interesting. That's interesting. There's a cat on my shoulder too. Oh, this is interesting.
There's a wedding going on at Kaiteri today. They're going to get married on the beach. There's 2 beaches. There's Kaiteri main beach and little Kaiteri too.
Yeah.
And they've set up the wedding sort of on the little Kaiteri, and they've hired out the whole of the front cafe and bar. Set up a band, so everyone will be able to hear the band.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's not a bad gig, okay.
You can sit on the beach and watch this whole wedding reception happening.
Very exciting. It's my entertainment for the day, watching someone's wedding. Do you get a lot of beaches, or sorry, a lot of weddings out here? Yeah.
My daughter got married on a beach down, one of my daughters lives in Rangiora, which is out of Christchurch. She had a beach wedding.
Well, as long as the weather holds, it'd be wonderful.
Perfect day.
Yeah, today is wonderful.
Because tomorrow it's like showers.
Is it?
So they've got a perfect day for it.
And like, I don't even know, do they just like have little rental tent things they set up in case it does rain, or?
Well, they'd probably change it from the beach and get married in the cafe on the shoreline.
Yeah.
But you've still got to see blue.
Yeah.
But this area, like Nelson and Tasman area, is pretty stable weather, for over the summer months. It's generally hot most days,
Okay. And the winter weather isn't too bad either?
It's quite mild.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a wood fire in my house, and when I light it, I'm absolutely sweating walking outside.
Oh, there you go.
So it's only a few months when you light your fire.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a frosty start and be 15 by the middle of the day, So
yeah.
different down south. Like the further you go, like to where my daughter lives in Christchurch, it's quite like a lot colder winter.
Yeah. But until you get into the mountains, you don't really have like far below temperatures, right? It's more kind of like that cooler, windy, rainy, cold.
Well, we may get down to 0 here, but only maybe 2 or 3 times. But most of the days are sunny.
Yeah.
Christchurch and further down, they have pretty crappy winters. Like it'll be like foggy, raining, and freezing cold.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's like where I'm from, we don't. It rains a lot. Like we don't get the snow, but like a lot of people like it because you don't get the proper Canadian winter weather. Like you don't get the minus 20s, minus 30s, minus 40s, like anywhere central does.
I used to like the snow. I lived in Kasuga Roslyn Trail area.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful with the snow.
I actually don't mind the cold that much either, and I find actually like the 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees and blowing rain harder to manage temperature-wise than like minus 20 and dry. Just because I don't know, you can throw a couple extra layers on and you're insulated enough from that cold weather. Yeah.
Yeah, my girls out in Port Langley, they're like, you've got to like rain if you
Yeah.
rain.
Like the one nice thing is like the more central places, a lot of days you got to get up early, like before you like drive to work or whatever, defrost your car, shovel your driveway, something like that. Like that is an unpleasant situation for the winter weather, but everything else I really don't mind.
No, when I go over August, it's beautiful and hot.
Yeah, no, it's August is
really
August, September is like your good months. Your not rainy months.
It's been like mid-20s and 30, Like
and that's the other thing is it rarely gets much above 30, and 30 is uncommon enough.
I know, it's too hot.
Yeah, so I like that it doesn't get that hot there, which I think makes me really bad at dealing with actual hot temperatures. Like I was just in Malaysia before New Zealand, and I couldn't. I couldn't. Like
and it's humid and you're wet.
Yes.
Australia's like that. It's like, oh God, where's the aircon?
Exactly. It's like I spend most of my days outdoors, but I didn't want to be outside in Malaysia.
Yeah.
My plan for this trip was to go through, like, from Singapore into Malaysia to Thailand to Cambodia to Vietnam.
Yeah.
And once I got to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, I'm like, nope. I found a flight to New Zealand, a one-way flight there. The weather there looks wonderful.
Yes,
I'm gonna go there instead.
You can cope with that. You can sleep at night.
This place looks very nice. The beach good for swimming here as well.
Yeah,
It's cold water, but
no, once you get in, it's all right.
yeah.
I'll show you a good view. Like we're going there, but there's a nice viewpoint. People that are getting married on this little Kaiteri beach. I'm so excited for them. It's like, I want to see.
Well, yeah.
But they're probably not getting married till 1 or 2. Usually 2 o'clock.
Well, as you said, they're lucky.
Top of the hill there, and you get a really good view out where
beautiful.
the April Tasmans. Bella, I'm going up the hill where Mincy is. I wonder if those men are back from fishing. Oh, they are.
Where are they currently fishing for? Like, what's it?
They went out early this morning. The White House there is my girlfriend and her man and that man I bet they were going out this morning.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
got the most amazing view, these guys.
Yeah, they do.
I don't live in the wealthy part of it.
Oh, wow. Some of these houses are.
Yeah, I know they're $1 million. That's where their drivers and traffic is. But you know what? The $1 million houses up here, you don't see anyone. They come over Christmas and then they don't actually live here.
Oh, and they don't rent them out or anything? It's just like, just sit empty.
Like down on the little Kaiteri beach, there's one house, big white house, and I mean, very rarely do you see anyone in it.
Interesting. Seems like a waste, you know?
Yeah.
To just have a place like that sitting empty.
Yeah, these holiday areas. So this is, you can get out and walk over to the edge there. That's Kaiteri.
Yeah. And that's the main beach you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all over this big area is the Abel Tasman where you do the walkway.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of islands there.
Oh, yeah. Are those all uninhabited? Like, you can access them, but you
just,
like take a boat there?
Yeah, you can boat out to them.
Yeah.
Bella, we're going this way. Oh, I'll be able to see if the wedding started. No?
And this one's the little one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of these ferry boats come in here and they take everybody out around the Abel Tasman.
Oh, yeah.
So there's quite a few, and there's a lot of water taxis, and you can go kayaking all the way around.
Nice. That's a beautiful spot.
Yeah. And swimming
And swimming.
if you want.
It's nice enough today.
Yeah. So somebody's bought this one here, and there'll be a house on here eventually.
Oh, well, that sucks.
I know, all this one.
It's kind of like your viewpoint. And
Yeah.
so, will these all be houses here?
Yeah, this is a new subdivision, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's a walkway goes around this whole point.
Yeah.
Bella, come on, we're going.
I wonder how much that lot went for. That must be
A million.
a million just for the property. Yeah.
Bella, we're going. She's not coming. Bye.
Well, it's a nice spot, you know. It's kind of like got some good smells here.
Come on, we're going. I have to tease her. You little shit. You little shit. Bye. Oh, have a wee breath, that's good. Come on. Come on. I'll go with them. Bye. It's so naughty. Come on, get in here. Get in here.